Morning everyone. So it's been a hot minute, but today we're finally making it to Cradle Mountain. We've actually done it before. We went to the Marian's Lookout and it was amazing. That was 2 weeks into starting work in Tasmania. It's now been 3.5 months. We're finally getting back out. We just feel like we want a really nice long walk, and what better way to start than starting at Dove Lake to see the iconic summit of Cradle Mountain.
Now, if you know nothing about Cradle Mountain, you must know it's one of the top things to do in Tasmania. It will be plastered on every blog and itinerary you come across. It's a dream for hikers and wildlife enthusiasts, but it's most famous for its iconic scenery, specifically this image here, which is our first port of call.
So the walk that we're doing is to the boat shed, which is a 20-minute return, which is a pretty easy walk. It's just because we want to do other walks that maybe are less crowded. The Dove Lake circuit is like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Not everyone does that, but most people will come to Dove Lake. They get off the bus and straight to Dove Lake. So we want to just have a little quick look and then move on to the less busy parts of the track. After a 20-minute walk, we've made it to the famous boat shed. So fun fact, this picture right here is supposed to be the most photographed image in Tasmania. And you can tell why. Look how stunning it is. And it's not even that crowded. There's like 5 people here. So we've done well. You got to get off that bus and run. We're going to now make our way to Ronnie Creek, go through some little lakes to get there. That's where we were last time when we done Marian's Lookout. Cradle's there. Yeah, actually thinking about it, we came here last time. It was snowing on top of the mountain. Yeah, it was covered in...
It was covered in snow for about half the track. It was freezing.
We were so underprepared.
Juan and Cammy said, let's just go for a little walk. So we didn't bring water, we didn't bring anything.
At 3.5 hours later, we finished.
Yeah. I think I had like an oat slice on me. That was about it.
Lucky we did.
Lucky they brought the Tim Tams, eh?
Who wants a Tim Tam?
So if you're wondering why we actually came to Tasmania, it was because we had a choice. It was, where are we going to work next? Originally, I had planned South Australia because we really enjoyed Adelaide. But Charlie was like, I've had enough of the heat. I'm going to choose. Like we said, it's been snowing, there's a lot of rain, especially on Cradle Mountain. It's about 300 days a year it's raining. Believe it or not, we are actually heading into... No, we are. We're 4 days into summer now. And this is the temperature.
You can't sell it that bad because there is a bad weather front coming in.
There is.
So this isn't everyday summer.
No.
They've got extreme wind warnings today, so...
But Charlie's happy here because it's like nice fresh air.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the freshest air in the world, is it?
Something like that. I think if we were working in regional South Australia now, it'd be boiling hot, flies everywhere. Would you prefer this or that?
I definitely here. Whilst we're walking towards Ronnie Creek and it's relatively quiet, I thought I'd tell you about the National Park Pass. We have the year one because obviously we're in Tassie, it only makes sense. That one was 101 for our vehicle, and obviously that attaches to us. There is a 2-month one, which I think is about 96 or something. But if you wanted to come here for just the day or a couple of days, I think it's $30, which includes the shuttle bus. We only had to pay for the shuttle bus, which was $15 each. The shuttle buses are every 10 to 15 minutes, which is super helpful, but it is because it's so busy. If you're someone who has the vehicle pass and wants to actually drive in, you have to do it before or after the shuttle bus has started. So currently, because we're like in the height of summer, the first bus is 8:10, and I think the last bus is 6.
We're not in the height of summer, it's 4 days into summer.
Okay. That we're in summer now, so you would have to go before 8:10 in the morning or after 6 p.m. It's not the end of the world. It's probably better to do it after. I was going to say after. Okay, Charlie says early, but I say...
You can drive out, you don't have to wait till...
Yeah, you don't have to... Yeah, drive in early and then you just have to stay behind the buses. But I was going to say, because we are, at the moment, having light until maybe 8:30. So even if you did drive in after 6, you've still got 2.5 hours of light. So you could always come here and have like the sunset as well.
And if they are anything like the ones we've seen from work, it has to be amazing backing onto Dove Lake.
So along the way you get to stop off and see kind of Cradle Mountain from different angles. Here's one. Look how stunning she looks. And then just a beautiful view across to where we're walking to. As you can tell, it's windy. But honestly, you can understand why this is supposed to be like one of the top places to come to in Tasmania. It is stunning. What a place to live for an amount of time.
Yeah, you're not sure on that, are you?
Yeah, no, we're not sure. We're giving it a month, but try not to think about that now. Just trying to make the most of Tasmania.
Continuing our walk, we follow a weaving path, stop at another lake and make it onto the boardwalk, which takes us all the way to Ronnie Creek.
Again, can we just take a moment for this landscape? Look how beautiful it is. So when we last done this, we went down this way to Marion's Lookout. It's a little bit hard. It's just because I'm not fit, but that is an incredible lookout. Like if you want to do any walks, that is the walk you want to do. Just before you get to Ronnie Creek, there is a sign to go to Walden, which is the chalet that they used to live in prior to it being a national park. There was a couple, loved hiking, and then they came to Tasmania. And this was way before there was any kind of like roads or anything like that. It was super wild at this point. They made the chalet so that if anyone came for a little tour of Cradle Mountain, that's where they would stay. But it would be like a 3-day trek by horse to get here. I think many people know about it, which is why there's like no one here. So it's just a little bit of history right on the mountain. So this is the chalet. It's got elements of how things used to be set out. It's got loads of information. You can press that button and it kind of talks you through everything.
It was a year of great sadness for Gustav. In January, his mother died. Then in April, Kate died after a long illness.
Super interesting. And like I said, not many people come up here. There was maybe a group of another 3 people. And then you can walk out into another walk. Imagine waking up to this. And the sound of the rain just makes it even better.
After leaving Walden, we head back down the path and, in keeping with the rest of the day, stop to see more beautiful views. And having almost made it to Ronnie Creek, we started to find signs of wombats.
So already found some chunky boys. There you go. And another one. Let me zoom in for you. There you go, another chunky boy. Oh yeah, 2. So if in doubt, if you're ever struggling to find wombats, Ronnie Creek is like the best because you'll always find at least one of them. And they're nothing like Wilson Proms. So Wilson Proms, they're quite small. The first time we saw them, I was like, oh my God, what the hell? They are huge. So I can't wait to actually get a video for you. Okay, so we've seen a clump of people like right on the boardwalk. And that only means one thing. There's a wombat, yep, right at the boardwalk. And he's chunky, but he's not the chunkiest. But they are so cute. Oh no. Someone wants to come out. Look at him. They just look like giant teddy bears. Look at that face. Oh, it's so adorable. Not only is this one like right close to us, but if you zoom out a little bit more, there are 2 just over there. Yeah, they don't mind getting too close. There you go. Another one. And then another bit of wildlife, a little echidna there. My favourite thing about echidnas are the way that they walk. They waddle. And there you go, made it back to Ronnie Creek. From Ronnie Creek we've got on the bus, done one stop and then just got off at Snake Hill. Between that time it's about 45 minutes. This one to get us back to the ranger station is about an hour. And it's called the Valley Boardwalk, and this has got to be the bit that like absolutely no one does. So hopefully we don't see anyone for an hour.
Along the boardwalk, you are surrounded by tall trees, mountain views, and these yellow shrubs. And luckily, we were interrupted just once by this little guy.
And an hour later, we make it back. So we're at the ranger station now, we'll grab the bus and then relax for the rest of the day. I would probably say we walked for maybe 2.5 hours.
Hang on,
Yeah, bang on. Okay.
Stops. That's like with our stops.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
A week later, we head to Devils at Cradle, courtesy of our jobs, to see some devils in action. And as soon as you walk in, you're greeted by them. We booked onto a feeding tour which cost roughly $39 per person, and it definitely exceeded expectation. It was extremely fascinating watching these creatures play, eat, and interacting with each other. What was a nice little surprise for us was the sanctuary actually looks after 2 types of quolls as well as the devils. I personally enjoyed watching these more. The tour was super informative and we would definitely recommend. Basically, if Cradle Mountain isn't already on your bucket list for Tassie, it should be.